Chương trình này được bảo trợ bởi
Family Joy, tổ ấm y tế của mọi gia đình, 714 898 0765.
Hi, welcome to the OC Health and Education Show on Little Saigon TV. I'm your host, Julie Yip. To us, OC stands for our community because we believe that a community is stronger when we come together. Today, we are here to come together to talk about the importance of preserving the culture and the language in our community. We have representatives from the Westminster School District here to talk about their special program. Julie Yip kính chào quý vị khán giả của Little Saigon TV trong chương trình Kiến thức, Y khoa, Gia đình và Xã hội. Đó là chương trình OC Health and Education. Chương trình đây là chương trình song ngữ. Julie hy vọng mỗi tuần mình sẽ có thời gian nói chuyện về cơ quan trọng cho quý vị. Hôm nay mình sẽ nói về the Vietnamese Dual Language Immersion Program ở học khu Westminster School District. Julie cảm ơn quý vị. Hôm nay Julie muốn giới thiệu cho quý vị chị Michelle Watkins from Westminster School District. Welcome to the show, Michelle.
Thank you so much, Julie, and thank you to Little Saigon TV on behalf of Westminster School District, our Board of Trustees, our Superintendent. I'm Michelle Watkins. We just want to thank you for having us today. I'm the Executive Director of School Specialty Programs, so I oversee both of our dual language programs amongst many other things, and I've brought a couple guests with us today, one of our kindergarten teachers from DeMille and our PTA president at Wilmore, which is our Spanish dual language immersion school, and our Vietnamese dual language immersion school.
Well, thank you so much for being here on the show and bringing an amazing team to talk about the program. Chị Quyên Trâm, welcome to the show.
Yeah, xin kính chào cô Julie. Hello, Julie. I'm glad to be here today.
And right next to you is the president of the PTA at Westminster School District, and it's an honor to have you here.
Thank you chị Julie, và xin kính chào khán giả của Little Saigon TV. Mình tên là Kelly Phan, tức nghĩa là mình là hội trưởng, hiện tại là hội trưởng hội phụ huynh của trường Wilmore Language Academy, tức nghĩa là trường song ngữ của tiếng Spanish và tiếng English.
Oh, the hội trưởng là the president of the PTA, but are you also a parent of a child in the program?
Yes, of course. I have two child right now, both girls. Hai em nó đều là một em thì là lớp 4 hiện tại và một em là lớp 2. Nhưng mà hai em học từ lúc preschool cho tới bây giờ luôn.
Okay. Yeah. So, chị Trâm, can you tell me a little bit about yourself? Chị Trâm ở hiện tại là một giáo viên ở trong cái chương trình phải không?
Vâng. Mình là giáo viên của học khu Westminster ở trường DeMille và mình đã 2 năm đầu ở trong chương trình là mình dạy lớp 1. Sau 2 năm thì đã xuống với mẫu giáo được 5 năm họ làm việc với các em nhỏ. Vâng.
Okay. You know, it's really good to hear that, you know, there's a representative as far as the teaching staff and also, you know, parents who support the program and make sure that this program continues. Michelle, can you tell us a little bit about what your role is? And how did you become to get to manage a program that's so important as such in the Vietnamese community?
I grew up in the district as a student. I went through the education programs at our schools as well. I was a principal at one of our school sites as well, taught in the district, and then now they created this position, the Executive Director of School Specialty Programs, that I've been in for 3 years. I oversee both dual language programs because we've had such an amazing increase in enrollment and such success with the programs. The abundance of students coming in, we created the position to help support both of the sites, and we're moving into middle school with both of our programs also.
Wow, that's amazing.
It is.
Now, chị Quyên, Julie thấy đó là hiện tại đó là chị Michelle là coordinator of source cho cái chương trình này nó có thành công. Thì bây giờ hiện tại là có 2 cái chương trình là ở Wilmore với cái trường DeMille phải không?
Dạ đúng ạ.
Nào, chừng nào mình làm cái chương trình đây, lúc mà mình sáng lập ra, mình tạo cái chương trình đây, what does it take to make this program so successful? Because in addition to staffing, to enrollment, to administration, what do you think makes this program so successful?
Wow, a lot of planning. In 2014, we had our first dual language immersion task force. At that point, we did not know which language we were going to roll out. And so when it was finally determined, you know, we just got together and, you know, reached out to the community to get resources started for the kindergarten, because we were rolling out kindergarten first. So guess it takes a village to teach our kids. We needed to include a lot of people, professors in the community from UCI, or Dr. Natalie Tran from Cal State Fullerton with NARCAL. At that point, it was called Ban đại diện, các trung tâm Việt ngữ, bây giờ là Liên hiệp các trung tâm Việt ngữ hải ngoại, I believe, as their new name. And we have other like former professors I worked with who have been helping us from Tuổi Hoa as well.
Rồi chị Trâm nói thêm, chị Quỳnh Trâm nói thêm về tiếng Việt Nam, về cái chương trình đây á, là mình tạo ra cũng 2014 vậy.
Dạ, từ 2014 là bắt đầu nói chuyện và bàn. Mình đang cái thời gian là bàn tính là mình sẽ làm như thế nào, chương trình nó sẽ như thế nào, cái khuôn mà mình dùng, cái cách mình giảng dạy là 50-50 hay là 90-10, 80-20, thì cái
đó là một phần mình nói tiếng Anh với tiếng Việt.
Dạ đúng, là khi mà mình nói 50-50, 80-20 là bao nhiêu phần trăm mình dùng để dạy cái tiếng Việt hoặc là tiếng Tây Ban Nha, rồi tiếng Anh á là cái phần 50 kia hoặc là 20 kia. Vâng.
Wow. Now, you know, as a mom, what does it mean for you to learn about what the planning is involved to develop this program, and for you to have the confidence to enroll your child in this program, chị Kelly? Tại Julie thấy đó là I think 2013, 2014, Julie với mấy bạn trẻ là gặp nhau làm cái nhóm này, go ad hoc campaign để cho mình có cái chương trình song ngữ. Tại Julie cũng không có biết nói tiếng Việt Nam là giỏi lắm, tại hồi nhỏ lớn lên đó là Julie cũng sống ở đây mà qua đây hồi 81. Lúc đó Julie có 5 tuổi thôi, thì lúc đó mình đâu biết nói tiếng Việt Nam nhiều, phải không? Mà điều mẹ muốn mình có nhiều thành công thì mẹ nói thôi con học tiếng Anh, con đi đại học, con có bằng cấp. Mà lúc mà Julie lập ra gia đình rồi, có đứa con về, có 2 đứa con mà 2 đứa con của Julie không biết nói tiếng Việt. So Julie thấy mình muốn cái tương lai là chừng nào con mình biết nói tiếng Việt, muốn biết chào hỏi ông bà, tiếp xúc với cậu cô chú trong nhà. So Julie thấy là mình là speech pathologist, có thể mình bằng nhau để cho tạo cái chương trình nó có ý nghĩa chút. Julie muốn hỏi chị Kelly, like what took you to have the confidence? What made you have the confidence to enroll your child in this program or your children in the program?
Honestly, Julie, lúc đầu không có confident gì hết đâu. Lúc đầu
mới
cũng sợ lắm.
Vậy
Lúc đầu cũng là sợ lắm, tại vì thực sự mà nói mình là vật lý trị liệu, làm về giống như physical therapy in school. Ông xã mình thì là teacher, high school teacher dạy toán trong một trường trung học của Newport Mesa District. Thì lúc mà tụi này thì cũng muốn cho hai em nó học vào dual immersion program. Nhưng mà cái problem ở chỗ là khi mà học tiếng Việt hay là 50-50 tiếng Việt hay là học qua 50-50 tiếng Tây Ban Nha, và sau đó we prefer là Spanish dual language, because như vậy thì 2 đứa con của mình bây giờ là có tới 3 thứ tiếng. Mẹ bé có thể học nói được tiếng Anh tất nhiên rồi ha. Thứ hai là tiếng Việt thì vào cuối tuần học thêm chương trình tiếng Việt ngữ của các trường Việt ngữ khác, và bây giờ còn rất là giỏi và rất là biết viết biết đọc cả 3 thứ tiếng luôn, và tiếng Tây Ban Nha, tiếng Spanish là một thứ tiếng khác. Thành ra cái
So it's not a dual language program, it's a tri-language.
For my family, it is a tri-language program,
Okay.
And then Wilmore, thực sự mà nói Wilmore help a lot. Tại vì we get nervous, because we're Vietnamese. Tại sao, khó hơn, right? Because we don't know Spanish. Nhưng mà teachers, staff, our principal are wonderful. They were able to help my child and my children feels more confident. We feel more confident to be where we are. And now a PTA president.
Wow. Now, Mom, Michelle, I want to ask you this, because, from a mom's perspective, when we have young children growing up, obviously we want them to have the language to connect with, our parents, their grandparents, and their aunts and uncles. But without that language, they have a hard time even establishing these relationships. As a speech pathologist myself and working in the field for 20 odd years, we know that bilingualism has so many benefits. I know as a speech pathologist, it helps you communicate better. It helps you connect with other people. As a job coach, giving you more opportunities to get more jobs out there and to help more people when you reach out. But more importantly, what I think the selling point for me, G. Kelly, is that it increases my child's IQ. I didn't know that you can change someone's IQ by just being bilingual. And I think, as a mom, I want my kids to be able to know how to fight and problem solve. But people don't understand that, sometimes when you don't have multiple languages, you have a harder time problem solving. So, chị Julie thấy đó là, trong cái chương trình song ngữ rất có nhiều cái quyền lợi. Nhiều người Việt Nam mình không có hiểu là nó còn tăng lên giống như cái trí tuệ của em. Phải không? Là giống như hơi thông minh hơn, cho nên biết nhiều ngôn ngữ, cũng có nhiều khả năng có tiếp xúc với có nhiều câu hỏi về công việc làm. So I think there's so many benefits. Michelle, as we go into a commercial break soon, can you tell us and recapture how important is a dual language program for you, maybe as a family member, as a community leader?
Absolutely. I have a 21-year-old, and I even myself wish that at that point that I was a part of a dual language program. It's so critical for our kids to have the opportunity to value that culture, and we want them to be biliterate and bilingual.
Yes.
And we've seen such great success with student achievement to where they are going to have more opportunities for their future.
Well, thank you so much, ladies, for being here. After the commercial break, we're going to continue this great conversation. Julie, một lần nữa muốn cảm ơn quý vị khán giả của Little Saigon TV. Hôm nay mình có một câu hỏi rất là đặc biệt nói chuyện với representative của học khu Westminster School District. Cảm ơn quý vị khán giả của Little Saigon TV.
Chương trình này được bảo trợ bởi
Family Joy, tổ ấm y tế của mọi gia đình, 714 898 0765.
Welcome back to the OC Health and Education Show on Little Saigon TV. I'm your host, Julie Yip. Today, we're going to continue our conversation about the Vietnamese dual language program, but this time from the Westminster School District that focused on the elementary, the younger children. In the past, we've spoken to Renee and V's program that is in part of the Magnolia School District, focusing on the middle school and the high school.
telefónica. Como más de 10 años desde que terminé la universidad. Núcleo y son $5,512.
512, muy bien.
Can you tell me, first of all, what makes Westminster School District a pioneer in this program?
Well, our mission, our vision is building tomorrow's leaders today. So a huge part of our district school and our board schools is to always be innovative and leading from the front. We were the first dual immersion, Vietnamese dual language immersion in 2015, and following that in 2016, we started our Wilmore program, which is our students are actually leaving their trilingual in both computer science and in Spanish.
Wow.
So
congratulations.
And it's amazing. Both of these programs have really just exceeded our expectations because of the community, because of the board support and our community partners, our teachers, our staffs, our parents. It really has continued to just grow and be beyond what we even could imagine as a district, and we're so excited and proud of the accomplishments. Both schools just received the CABE Seal of Excellence a couple weeks ago. We're already award-winning schools with the Golden Bell as well, and we just really are proud of the accomplishments and how amazing our students are as they're progressing through the grade levels. They really just are shining academically. You see confidence. It really does boost the confidence in our students. They appreciate each other's culture because, as you heard earlier on, that really you don't have to be Vietnamese to be in the dual language program at DeMille, which is preschool through 6th grade, and then our middle school.
Preschool through 6th grade.
Yes. So
that's amazing. So they can start as soon as what, 3 years old?
Mm-hmm.
3 years old?
3 years
That's
old.
That's amazing.
Yeah. And we even have a toddler program that is housed at Land, not at Wilmore, for Spanish. Yeah. So we have toddlers that are learning in Spanish and then transition into preschool through 6th grade right now, moving into 7th grade next year for our Spanish dual language and our coding. So it goes hand in hand where they're learning both of those with Wilmore, and then with DeMille and at Warner is our middle school program currently.
I love to see how excited she is to talk about her program. It just sounds like she's talking about this little baby that she raised, and she's so proud. And I mean, it's such an accomplishment to hear that. And you know, it's an honor for me, and I know our young leaders in the Vietnamese community who dreamt about this program. And it's just to see that it growing so well and just taking off on its own. It seems so amazing. So thank you, and congratulations to all the awards that you've received, that the team has received, and for this ongoing success. So Julie thấy đó là lúc mà Michelle nói chuyện về cái chương trình đây, mình thấy giống như Michelle kể về cái con bé của Michelle mà đến lớn lên nó có nhiều cái thành công. Thì mình thấy là bây Michelle nói là có cái program đây có lãnh rất nhiều cái bằng thưởng, phải không? Rồi cái CABE Award với cái Golden Bell, cái đó là cái award đó là gì vậy chị Trâm? Chị Quỳnh Trâm.
Golden Bell đó cô Julie, là những cái trường ở Cali mà có đạt được những cái điểm xuất sắc về cách dạy dỗ các em. Mình mình có cái mục tiêu là các em là trên hết, làm những gì cho các em tiến thân được. Yeah.
And then cái KB Award là gì thêm?
Dạ, KB là California Association of Bilingual Education.
Dạ vâng.
Người ta tới hai trường Wilmore và DeMille để mà coi cái chương trình mình có như mình nói không, có hội đủ điều kiện để mà lãnh cái giải thưởng đó hay không. Thì họ đến họ tham quan hai trường. Dạ vâng. Và họ đã cho biết là cả hai chương trình đều được cái bằng khen đó.
Wow.
Dạ.
Such a great accomplishment. Chị Kelly Julie thấy đó là chị Michelle nhắc với mình là cái chương trình song ngữ này là về English, Vietnamese and Spanish, mà có cái chương trình coding. Thì chị chia sẻ với mình cái hai đứa con của chị trong cái chương trình đây là when did they start, học lúc nào, và chị thấy cái tương lai của con mình nó tốt đẹp hơn tại em học trong cái chương trình này không? Có ghi danh trong chương trình.
Yes, như hồi nãy Kelly có nói đó, thì hai bé thì bé nhỏ thì là start từ lúc preschool, tức nghĩa là mẫu giáo nhỏ, có nghĩa là lúc 3 tuổi. Cũng mừng lắm, tại vì thực sự mà nói as a working mom, full-time parents, both of us, we don't have a lot of support in terms of babysitting. So it was great opportunity that the 3 years old can actually join the same school as her older sister, who joined kindergarten, kindergarten, kindergarten at the moment. Thì cái lúc mà 3 tuổi á, thì bé đã có thể học được, trong đó có dual luôn, tức nghĩa là bé nhỏ là đã
học tiếng Anh với tiếng Việt Nam.
No, tiếng Anh và Spanish.
Oh, Spanish.
Yeah, because Wilmore là Spanish language academy. So basically
So Wilmore là Spanish, and then bên DeMille là tiếng Việt Nam.
Tiếng Việt Nam, đúng rồi.
Okay.
Yeah.
Mà chừng nào gia đình của mình không có ở trong khu Westminster, mình transfer qua được không?
Dạ đúng rồi, tại vì em actually nhà của mình là ở Buena Park.
Từ Buena Park tới Westminster.
Từ Buena Park, yes, correct. Đứng chứng tỏ là thấy rõ ràng là sự, you know, really our motivation, our engagement, everything is in here to Wilmore. That's how much. And then không phải chỉ có mình Kelly đâu, gia đình của ở Wilmore đó có rất là nhiều gia đình từ Cypress, Long Beach cũng có rất là nhiều phụ huynh. Tại mình là hội trưởng á, thành ra mình biết rất là nhiều phụ huynh của các district khác nhau. Try to transfer into Wilmore. Wilmore is amazing. That's all, you know. Yeah.
So Michelle, she was just mentioning that I didn't realize that. I mean, my question was, oh, can you transfer into the program? And I didn't realize how far a lot of these families go to maybe just to access this program.
We do. The programs are so amazing. We have people that come from all over, actually teachers from all over districts that are going to see our model programs, to see the amazing things that are happening in the classroom, meet with our parents, our administrators. Yes, we have people all over Orange County and even some of LA County that are coming to both of these school sites.
Now, I heard something about coding. Now, so how does coding interplay with this dual language program? And where did that idea come from?
Part of our board goals is 21st century learning. The goal of dual language is providing opportunities for our students to be globally competitive in careers that we don't know that are coming. So when we were meeting with the community, that was part of the conversation that came up. We wanted to add something different that other districts don't offer. And again, what better than to add computer science to where our students are getting that STEM education embedded in. So they are coding in Spanish as well. It's amazing.
Hôm nay mình có rất nhiều câu hỏi về cái chương trình song ngữ của Westminster School District trước nhất, và học tiếng Việt Nam mà cũng có tiếng Tây Ban Nha, và cũng có cái coding program. Sau phần quảng cáo, chị Quỳnh Trâm sẽ trả lời cho mình hiểu thêm về cái trình coding. Cảm ơn quý vị khán giả của Little Saigon TV.
Chương trình này được bảo trợ bởi
Family Joy, tổ ấm y tế của mọi gia đình, 714 898 0765.
Hi, welcome back to the OC Health and Education Show on Little Saigon TV. I'm your host, Julie Yip. Just before the commercial break, I asked Quinn a question regarding the coding program. But you know what we learned about it? She says, I don't know what that is. Now, Quinn, can you tell us a little bit about what is it that you do as far as, you know, helping to preserve the language and the culture of the Vietnamese American community, and specifically as you work at DeMille?
Yes, thank you for asking, Julie. So at our school, we have a lot of support. We have support from our district. We have support, supportive staff. We have supportive community as well. And we do have programs set in place for children to help with homework. We have the homework help to understand the culture more. We also have VCC, Vietnamese Culture Club, where initially we started as a partnership between parents and teachers. Yes. Helping our children learn the culture through the arts, through singing, cultural dances. And so this year, it's mostly the parents. The parents are taking charge of this, and they do perform in the community during the festivals, and then they also perform at other events in the community when they're invited to. Also, our students are competing in the community with other Vietnamese language culture schools. So in December, they did a writing contest. So they, a team of students did participate, and they did very well. They brought back awards, first place through fifth place in different levels and different
So outside of the dual language program itself, there's so many opportunities to help celebrate the language, the culture, and also be a part of the community. Là Julie nghe đó là chị Quỳnh Trâm nói đó là ngoài cái lớp mà học chương trình song ngữ kinh tiếng Việt Nam mà cũng có rất nhiều cái cơ hội cho phụ huynh mà của mấy trẻ em đây có nhiều you know, participate in there. So Julie cũng thấy là lúc mà Julie làm việc trong cộng đồng thì Julie thấy Quỳnh Trâm all the time, you know, and we forgot when we met or how we met. So Quỳnh Trâm nói thêm cho mình biết là mấy cái chương trình sau ngoài cái lớp học song ngữ thì mỗi em được có cái được vô cái chương trình nào thêm nữa cho học thêm.
Vâng, thì sau đó là các em lớn đó, thì mấy em lớn mà muốn đi thi viết, thi đố vui, thi sử thì các em cũng có thể gia nhập những cái nhóm để mà học, để mà đi thi. Có những cái nhóm VCC thì học về văn hóa Việt Nam, lịch sử Việt Nam. Các em sẽ múa, hát, diễn kịch. Các em mỗi lần đi như vậy là các em tự MC. Dạ, chứ không có người lớn đứng ra MC, các em sẽ tự giới thiệu mình, giúp cho các em
có cái nhiều cái tự tin ha.
Dạ, vâng, tự tin tự tin là biết nói nhiều ngôn ngữ chị. Dạ, tự vì các em không những là ông phải là chỉ có biết tiếng Việt và tiếng Anh, có những em thì còn biết nhiều thứ tiếng nữa. Cho nên rất là vui khi các em có thể dùng được nhiều thứ tiếng để mà tiếp xúc với mọi người xung quanh. Dạ.
Thank you. Now, Kelly, you know, I'm hearing that there's so many opportunities for these kids when they're in these dual language program that in addition to learning more languages, there are opportunities to participate in the community, to be in so many competitions. She's mentioning emceeing events or even, you know, getting books published. I remember there's some, you know, contests about publishing books. What kind of programs or what extracurricular program have your children participate as far as community events? And in addition to that, maybe you can also tell whether your children participate in the coding program that we're trying to learn more about.
Yeah, so the special part of it of Wilmore is we have coding that you guys will mention about. Thì với trường Wilmore thì là coding là một cái gì nó rất là giống như bây giờ Julie biết là thời đại bây giờ cái gì cũng công nghệ hóa hết rồi, cái gì cũng computer, cái gì cũng technology. Mà mình muốn mấy em nó biết nhiều tiếng khác nhau, nhưng mà ngược lại công nghệ của mấy em thì lại yếu quá thì nó sẽ không có được giỏi. Thế là coding trở thành một cái gì rất là lớn ở trong Wilmore. Thì coding là đơn giản là giống như là lập trình hóa một cái chương trình program để đưa vào computer, và cái chương trình đó sẽ được coding là được vừa 2 thứ tiếng, vừa song ngữ luôn, vừa English and Spanish. So that way they can learn both different, you know, in that culture. Còn bên Wilmore, we also have a lot of different cultural events and activity too. Không phải là, you know, obviously they are in the Vietnamese community.
Yes.
We are Spanish dual. That does not mean that we don't celebrate Tết. We as you know, PTA and the school for Wilmore, we celebrate Tết too. Có nghĩa là mấy em cũng được mặc áo dài, cũng ngày Tết mấy em cũng được tổ chức Tết, được lì xì. Rồi các em còn được học những như con của mình á, là vừa hiểu được về ngôn ngữ cũng như culture của Vietnamese, right? Nhưng mà cũng also now because they're in Spanish dual, so they also know the Spanish culture.
Wow.
So that means con gái lớn của mình á, thì mấy bé nó đang múa trong cái club gọi là Dancer Club ở Wilmore. That means that bé nó mặc mấy cái áo đầm của những người Tây Ban Nha, đủ màu sắc sặc sỡ, đi múa ở những cái chương trình của district nè, của Westminster district, hay của những nơi nào mà cần những cái program đó ra, thì she really enjoyed that. And then, you know, that is something big for Wilmore, that we celebrate all culture, not just Spanish.
So, you know, Michelle, I'm listening and hearing, and I can't remember all the richness and programs of opportunity that's available. But to hear that each of the individual school, DeMille having a different set of programs, and Wilmore having something very special and unique about their program, I want to know from your perspective as an administrator, how much time, how much an involvement, how much coordination it takes, because it doesn't seem like you have time to breathe and stop and even take a break. Do you take a break?
No, actually, but I love this community. I love my job. I grew up in it. I love the staff and the parents and the administrators. Everyone truly does support it. So I am blessed to be in this role. They know I roll up my sleeves with them. I want them to feel supported. For something to be this successful,
Right.
It really, everyone has to support it, from the board to our superintendent to all of the directors at district office and the parents. So we meet frequently.
Yes.
They see me often, and really it's my job to help support what the principals need and the teachers need and what the parents need to make sure our program continues to be successful. And it really is, when you say it takes a village, that it really does take a village. But as you can see, I'm passionate about it. We take pride in these programs.
I definitely hear so much passion individually from each of you guys, as a participant, as a teacher, as a parent. And you know, when you hear so much love and so much dedication, I think that's what I see when I see your booth in the community. One thing I love to see is that there's always parent participation. You know, because a lot of times it's hard for us to even get volunteers. But when I see these parents, they're eager to tell me about their program. They're eager to tell me about their child and, you know, introduce their child to me and tell them to say something. And, you know, it's really tells a lot about a program when you see the excitement in each of the children and the parents. Because, you know, for me as a therapist, we're always instilling confidence. Confidence in our children to speak, you know, to be able to be strong about their opinions and that know that their opinion matter, but to be able to equip these kids with a tool, which is language in this case, to connect to even more people. That is amazing. So I just want to say thank you for being here. I know we got one more segment, but after the commercial break, we'll definitely recap and let our audience know, how do they enroll? How do they learn more about our program? Julie một lần nữa muốn cảm ơn quý vị khán giả của Little Saigon TV. Hôm nay Julie có cái câu hỏi rất đặc biệt để cho hỏi thêm về cái chương trình Westminster School District. Tại Julie có nhiều câu hỏi nói chuyện về cái middle school, về high school in the past, mà hôm nay mình hiểu chi tiết thêm về cái khác biệt về cái chương trình của DeMille và Wilmore, and là lý do tại sao cái chương trình đây có nhiều cái thành công. Julie một lần nữa muốn cảm ơn quý vị khán giả của Little Saigon TV. Sau vòng quảng cáo, chúng ta sẽ tiếp tục nói chuyện với representative của học khu Westminster School District.
Chương trình này được bảo trợ bởi
Family Joy, tổ ấm y tế của mọi gia đình, 714 898 0765.
Hi, welcome back to the OC Health and Education Show on Little Saigon TV. This is our last segment, and I think this has a little twist. Like, we've got two different guests on the show. They didn't really want to be here, but I made them come on. No, but I just was so excited because, as we're doing the show, Michelle, we have all these spectators. And what better way to really tell about enrollment and the success of the program to really meet the leaders and the principals at each of these respective schools. So first I want to introduce April Dare to the program. And April, you're with DeMille.
Yes.
I've been to your school so many times, and I know as we did the planning for the programming, we were there. So I'm sure I've met you before. So I just want to say thank you so much for being here. It's an honor for me to see the person behind the scene, because a lot of times your work kind of goes unnoticed. So tell us a little bit about yourself and about how proud you are of this little baby.
Sure. Thank you for having us on, Julie. I do appreciate this opportunity to come and talk to all of the community about our amazing school and the programs that we have going on. I would also like to thank our teacher who is on here with you, Quintram. She works so diligently, so tirelessly to help prepare, like she was saying, with planning and moving forward with supporting our students educationally and emotionally. And we're just so grateful I'm so grateful for all of my teachers. I want to just give them a quick shout out because they do so much to help me with my job. So my role at the school is principal. So I am the administrator. I'm an instructional leader there, but I do not speak Vietnamese. So when I became the principal of this school, I did have a little bit of concern with that. But what I have found is the community, the teachers, everyone has been so welcoming. Yes. And even without having the exact language to speak, I have found that I'm able to support them with their needs through my educational knowledge and sharing with them, and they share with me. And I have learned so much about the dual program. It has been exciting. As someone who came to this from outside and not having as much interaction with it, I just love interacting with these students. Their faces light up. They're so happy to share with me. They try to teach me how to say Vietnamese words, which in my mouth sometimes don't always come out correctly, but they laugh with me and they keep trying with me. And I enjoy my role there so much. I love walking the halls and meeting all the students and just talking with them. So in our program, not only do we offer the ability for the students to learn both Vietnamese and English, but we also work with lots of our language learners at our school. We have students who are from all walks of life and who benefit so much from this program, as you said, to be able to become more bilingual, more biliterate. Yes. They work really diligently to do that with using all of our tools we give them of reading and writing and speaking and listening and trying to bridge the language between both Vietnamese and English so that we give them those abilities to make those connections and move forward feeling confident in their ability to not only write and speak and interact with their social group. So my job there is made easier because of all of the wonderful people that are there to support me.
Well, I just love, like I said, even when we started, I mean, everybody in this team has this really huge passion, this energy, and I love that what you said about the kids, that this program instilled confidence in these kids, to truly be confident and to love yourself and to love your language and love your culture. I think that's a true celebration. When I started this program, the truth is, 2 years ago, I wasn't confident with my Vietnamese skill. I didn't want to be the talk show host to a Vietnamese program on Little Saigon TV because, I didn't speak Vietnamese until I was well in my 30s. When I lost my mother and realized, oh, wait, I'm actually Vietnamese. Or I need to come back to my roots. And I think that's one thing about it is when we learn to have a greater appreciation of who we really are and to celebrate that. So I just want to say thank you for being a principal that celebrates our language, our culture, and our diversity. Yes. So chị Julie thấy đó là hiện tại đó là when mình nói về cái chương trình song ngữ hay cái chương trình của DeMille thì rất là có nhiều cái quyền lợi mà Julie thấy trong cái nhóm đây á, có nhiều người rất là vui và rất là có cái cái niềm thương cho cái chương trình đã làm cho cái chương trình đây có thành công. So over at Wilmore, now Julie nói tiếng Việt Nam mà tại Julie nghĩ là chị Tiểu My nói tiếng Việt được mà thì cái Wilmore cái chương trình nó khác biệt gì về cái chương trình của DeMille?
Yes, so I'm Tiểu My Ellis and I'm the principal at Wilmore. And yes, we are a Spanish dual immersion school and also coding. So that's made us distinct from the other programs. Yes, yes, I am Vietnamese and I brought Kelly here today because as Vietnamese Americans, we want to be inclusive We want to bring in different cultures, and we celebrate all cultures. And being in California, what better to learn Spanish and coding? So we honor the diversity at our school. And I loved that Kelly was here because she represents a community that is embracing all the languages.
Yes.
So I appreciate being here. Thank you so much.
Well, you know, like when we learn about this program here today, it's just to really see the differences, but most importantly, we see the similarities in the program and the benefits in the program. Because, you know, for me, you know, if I'm an audience watching the show today, I want to know, how do I register my child? How do I learn more about this program? How can I be part of this dialogue? I think, you know, Michelle, as you were mentioning earlier, that, you know, you get parents involved. And I love that, you know, and you take parents' suggestions. And I think that, you know, for me on my social media, every time I see a post about events, I almost feel like this program specifically have so many opportunities for parents to come together. So I want to ask you is, are there more opportunities for families to come to the schools to meet? Maybe to tour the school, or to even register, or to learn more about the program. You want to start, Michelle?
Sure. Actually, it's open enrollment right now for preschool through 8th grade for a Vietnamese dual language immersion program, and we have open enrollment for our toddler program through 7th grade.
So when you say open enrollment, does that mean at any point in the year, or just certain periods of the year?
So now is enrollment for next school year. We actually will accept students now if there's space available in those classrooms, but for next school year we are enrolling already, and classes are filling up. And if you have a 3rd grader or even a 7th or an 8th grader, you don't have to start the program at preschool or kindergarten.
So you can start at any point.
What we would do is you would meet with the principals, you would meet with the teachers, do a tour, see if it's a good fit, because we want, obviously, students to be successful, and for the parents to know all of the commitment involved in it. And we look to see what their language proficiency is also, depending on the grade, but any grade and preschool through 2nd grade actually can go right into the program without doing that process.
Now, Michelle, I know, you know, as we close out this program, we want to give our audience a few opportunities to reach out to each of you individually. What's the website for the Westminster School District, and what is there a phone number that our audience can reach out?
Yes, so you can call 714-894-7311. That's our district office. And you could also look up Westminster School District online to see our specialty departments, and we will be happy to answer any questions and direct your call to DeMille or to Wilmore.
Một lần nữa, nếu quý vị muốn continue. Một lần nữa, nếu quý vị muốn thêm thông tin để cho hiểu về chương trình song ngữ của chương trình Westminster School District, số điện thoại là 714-894-7311. Một lần nữa là 714-894-7311. And so now what I want to know also is, April, when they want to learn more about DeMille, should they call the district office, or should they call DeMille specifically if they want to learn about the dual language Vietnamese program?
Yeah, so they can call our school directly at also 714-894-7224. They can also look on the Westminster School District website, which is wsdk8.us. And they can go to schools and they can look up DeMille, or they can look up Wilmore. And at this time with open enrollment, we're encouraging our families to give us a call, to come in. We are very happy to give any family that would like to come a tour of our school and our programs. They can set up a time with me to come in the morning and the afternoon. And our teachers have graciously allowed them to come through their rooms, answer questions so that they can come and see our amazing program in person.
Okay, well, thank you again, April, for being here. And Jay, I want to know about you. How can the audience learn more about Wilmore?
So again, you can also look on the website to look up Wilmore Language Academy, and our phone number is 714-895-3765. And we also will be doing tours monthly, and our staff and our parents are welcoming and excited to meet all the new families.
Well, once more, thank you so much for being here and taking the opportunity to share your program with us on Little Saigon TV. Julie, cảm ơn quý vị khán giả của Little Saigon TV đã theo dõi chương trình Kiến thức y khoa gia đình và xã hội. Hôm nay mình có rất nhiều cái thời gian gặp được nhiều người để cho giới thiệu cho quý vị về cái chương trình song ngữ Đặc biệt đó là không phải là cho học về tiếng Việt Nam không, mà tiếng Tây Ban Nha, mà còn có coding, về có rất nhiều câu hỏi cho mấy trẻ em vô cái community event để cho trình bày cái khả năng của họ, về cái khả năng về nói chuyện, về giữ về cái văn hóa, về ngôn ngữ của người Việt Nam. So Julie một lần nữa muốn giới thiệu cho quý vị chương trình của Westminster Dual Language Immersion Program. Chừng nào quý vị muốn lên website là wsdk8.us thì quý vị lên mạng có rất nhiều cái thông tin để cho mình hiểu về cái chương trình song ngữ. Chừng nào quý vị muốn tới tour, là tới thăm mọi cái trường đó, cũng có số điện thoại. Cái số điện thoại của The Mill là 714 894 7224. And then số điện thoại của cái trường Wilmore là 714 895 3765. Julie cảm ơn quý vị khán giả của Little Saigon TV luôn luôn ủng hộ chương trình kiến thức y khoa gia đình và xã hội. Julie chúc quý vị rất nhiều sức khỏe và may mắn. Cảm ơn quý vị.